Hello fellow YouTubers, I thought I'd make another quick video. I'm actually a relatively recent convert to trying out the Virginia blend. My main passion is around Latakia based blends, English and Balkan blends. So I'm going to have one of those right now and maybe do a mini review. This is Pease Odyssey, definitely one of my more preferred Balkan blends. Let me give you a quick look inside the tin. Nice, fairly thick cut tobacco, plenty of Latakia in there, as you can see. And the pipe I'm going to try it with is a Savinelli. It's a 440 king size, and this is in the antique shell. It's actually a pretty inexpensive pipe. This was less than $50, and like the other Savinellis I've got, smokes exceptionally well. Let's load it up. This particular cut here is fairly short cut, and so you can't use anything like the Frank method. So I'm pretty much going for the gravity fill and kind of filling by thirds or some kind of equivalent of that. Maybe not quite thirds. Just a loose fill at the bottom, and then actually looks like it's just about the right amount to do one firmer fill for the top. Check the drawer. It's a really open drawer. That's how it looks, and we're ready to go. Let's put the lid on the tobacco and find the lighter and the tamper, ready for a charring light. Wow, the Latakia comes very strong on the charring light. And actually the last couple of days I've been smoking only Virginia, so the Latakia is coming through very strongly right now. Now at this point I could probably continue to smoke this bowl. I do like to give it a third charring light, a second charring light, and then a third real light. Especially some of these particular thick cuts with a lot of variety of tobaccos in there seems to produce a better burning head if I take a little extra time to char it. So here we go, got a nice charred top, ready to get going. A lot more creamy, thick smoke than we get from the Virginias. A little bit more forgiving when it comes to heavy puffing as well. That's very interesting. Having gone with Virginias for the last 2 days, my palate has already become quite accustomed to the more pure Virginia flavor, and so now the Latakia is really singing. Oh yes, this is very good indeed. This is one of GLP's most Latakia heavy blends. I think Abingdon might actually eclipse it in terms of pure Latakia content. But it's certainly there in force. Definitely getting some other flavors in there though too. And I find particularly with these Latakia blends it takes a while for them to settle down. So we'll check back in again in a few minutes when I'm mid-bowl. Well, here we are, somewhere close to mid-bowl. And it's definitely settled down very nicely indeed. The latakia is still definitely there, although it's mellowed to a very smooth. Campfire smells are still there, but it's a much smoother, more subtle aroma. Probably also my palate has adjusted already. I can tell the Virginias are there. They're a darker Virginia, I think, stoved. They add some underlying sweetness, but they're not as noticeable as the other Orientals, which definitely come in and out, produce a really nice fragrance, almost perfumed. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's no casing anywhere to be found on this tobacco, but the Orientals, when you hit, I suppose, probably a chunk of it, because the stuff is pretty thick cut, it suddenly really becomes very, very noticeable. And you have this wonderful perfumey, fragrant smell that comes into the smoke for maybe 3 or 4 puffs and dominates the flavor almost for a while, and then it disappears again. In fact, Pease himself says on the tin, of course I'm not at all persuaded by what he says, but he talks about the exotic Oriental tobaccos weaving in and out, paraphrased, is what he says. So I suppose we have to give him credit for knowing his own blend. Of course, as soon as I start making the video, it goes out, so I have to do a relight here, but I'm really not bothered about relights. I'm certainly not someone who strives for the whole one light and then smoke it to the bottom of the bowl. I would far rather have a cool smoke and number of relights than worry about keeping it lit the whole way. Very, very fine blend indeed. Highly recommended if you like your latakias. I'll try and review some other of GLP's blends. Certainly some of his other latakia blends. I have open right now a Charing Cross and Westminster, which is excellent. I also have some of his lighter blends. I have Ashbury, which is got a lot of Orientals at it. The Orientals are more noticeable than in the Odyssey, but then it's lighter on the latakia. So definitely a different mix, more of an earlier in the day kind of blend. And then I have others open right now. In fact, I'm on a GLP's kick right now with Meridian. I have that on the go, and Quiet Nights, which is a really nice dark flake, which is a little bit young, I think, still, but is a bit reminiscent of Penzance, but a little bit more edgy. So I'll try that as well at some point, and we'll see if we can get some more videos up here. Enjoy your pipes, YouTubers. See you next time.